Hi, gang. Bob Boving here with The Mystery Project for the next episode of Peggy Delaney, written by James W. Nichol. This time, Peggy is chasing, first, a story of fraud among old people that is causing heartbreak and hardship. Second, her own broken promises to her daughter, where the results are not so different. The Old Bamboozle, Episode 12 of Peggy Delaney, starring Kyra Harper in the title role.
Hello there. You've reached Peggy Delaney, Toronto Tribune. If you have something confidential you want to pass on, just leave your name and number. The walls have ears. I'll get back to you. If you're calling to give me fulsome, unqualified praise for my columns, please feel free. If you're calling to scream at me, fascist, communist, cop-loving, cop-hating, pro-lesbian, anti-lesbian, crypto-Bay Street swamp pig, go for it. After all, this is a quasi-democracy.
Housekeeping. Anyone here? Hello? Housekeeping. Excuse me, please. I didn't know anyone was here. Sorry. I didn't see any suitcases or anything.
It's all right.
It's 11:30. Checkout is 11.
Yeah, right. I forgot.
You want some more time? I can come back.
Great.
Sure. Are you all right?
Yeah.
You're shaking. Have you got a fever?
No.
You need some help?
Just give me a minute to make a phone call, okay? And I'll get out of here.
Sure. Sorry. You take your...
Look, could you light this for me?
Oh, I can do that. Hold steady. Hold it still. There.
Thanks. You're a lifesaver.
Sure. I take this bottle, okay? It's empty.
Yeah, great.
I'll come back.
Oh, come on. Oh, shit.
Cinderella Cleaning, where no matter how small the job or how big, every slipper fits. Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Oh, look who just surfaced. The mother of the year.
Don't, Bernie.
Where are you? At some hotel, right?
Where's Amber?
You didn't call her last night.
I couldn't. I was...
What? Too ashamed? Too drunk? Both?
Uh-huh. I made her a promise, and I broke it.
Well, what can I tell you? That you shouldn't make a promise you can't keep. That you are lying to yourself, that you're in way over your head, and you're in deep, deep trouble? What do you want me to say?
Where is she?
She called me about midnight, really scared. She thought you must have been hit by a car or abducted or something because she couldn't believe you'd break your promise to her. So I went over. We called the night desk at the Trib. We called the cops, hospitals. Then I got smart, and I called the Blue Moon Saloon, talked to Charlie. He said you'd been in around 10, but you were already more or less out of it. One drink, and then took off. So I told Amber. And then she packed the bag and came home with me.
Is she still at your place?
She's a remarkable kid. She got up this morning, went to school. I said I'd call her if you showed up. And she said not to bother. It didn't matter. Not anymore.
Uh-huh.
what can I tell you? I can't tell you anything. No one can. Sweetheart.
Yeah.
Why don't you come over here? We'll have a coffee. We can talk.
I'm working.
Don't be stupid. You're in
I'm working, okay? I'm working.
I was the world's biggest fool.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Mrs. Johns.
No, you wouldn't. But that's beside the point, isn't it? That's what I feel. And that's what I will always feel, besides a great deal of rage, which I was trained not to feel, let alone express. But if I caught him, I'd give him such a punch.
Good for you.
Well, if Auntie had done what I'd suggested in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Are those cigarettes I see in your briefcase, dear?
Yeah.
How about one?
Auntie, you know what the doctor said after your triple bypass.
One won't hurt.
Do you have an ashtray?
We can use the fruit bowl, dear. The bananas are going funny anyway.
Here, I'll take the fruit bowl, and I'll find an ashtray.
Bobby's so sweet.
Uh-huh.
Your hands are shaking, dear.
No, they do that since I was a kid. It's nothing. So how much money did you say?
120,000. But it's not the money. It's the meanness of it all, the coldness, dear. It's very frightening.
Yeah. This is a beautiful house, Mrs. Johns. I assume the loss of that money hasn't left you penniless.
Well, you'd be surprised. Like a lot of old people in this district, I'm sitting in a house worth perhaps $500,000. But that's about all I have. I'm just getting by.
Here's an ashtray, Auntie, since you insist on being naughty.
Bobby, you were saying if your aunt had done what you'd asked, she wouldn't have been the victim of this fraud. What do you mean?
I've suggested 1,000 times that it would be a good idea if I had signing authority. That way I could look after her bills and anything that comes up. And then, you see, he wouldn't have been able to pull this stunt because he would have had to secure my signature and not hers.
It was so mean. So desperately mean. You understand, don't you, dear?
Hi there, Nick.
Ah, Miss Delaney. What are you up to?
Working. Or dying, I'm not sure which.
Rough night?
Do I look it?
Well, yes.
And hello once again to you, Ms. Delaney. What can I get you?
Double gin on ice.
Okie dokie.
I thought you were... So, what are you working on?
Oh, this series of frauds.
Mm-hmm.
Some heartless bastard usually picks old women. I mean, old, living alone. It's a variation on the bank inspector con.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You want to hear about it?
Sure.
Okay. Well, this guy, he poses as a bank inspector, and he asks some old soul if they'd please cooperate in helping him catch a teller suspected of stealing at their local branch. The bank's almost sure this teller, in preparing a certified check for a customer, instead of crediting the certified check's account with the amount of the withdrawal, transferred the money out of the branch into an accomplice's account.
Uh-huh.
So, he says, to catch her in the act, we want to tempt this teller with a very large check. Would you be so kind, dear, to go down to the bank with me and certify a check?
Right.
The old dear goes down to the bank with the inspector, always on the first of the month, the bank's busiest day, and during lunch hour. He points out the teller. She goes up and certifies a check payable to Star Investment or something. And then, certified check in hand, she walks out of the bank. The inspector is waiting for her. She hands him the certified check. He hands her a deposit slip with a bank stamp indicating the same amount will be deposited back into her account later that day. He goes back into the bank. She goes home. And the next time she goes back to the bank, all that money is still out of her account, and nobody knows what she's talking about.
Meanwhile, the bank inspectors deposited the certified check into a Stir investment account somewhere, of which he is the owner.
Mm-hmm.
Then transferred the money into cyberspace, and it's gone.
All gone.
Don't you love these guys?
And a Peggy Delaney special for a special Peggy Delaney.
Forget it, Charlie. Just forget it. Take it away.
Oh, you bet. Call me. Anytime.
Big sacrifice. This morning after last night, I had to drink a half a Mickey in my car just to see straight.
Know what I think?
What?
I think what you should do is get yourself some help. Right now. Call this the bottom. Don't wait until you can't work anymore. Until all you want to do is crawl into a hole with a bottle. Don't wait. Like I did.
Nick, I screwed up with Amber. I've really screwed up with Amber.
Go get help.
I can't.
Why? Because you're Peggy Delaney? Because you're too proud? Too stupid?
I've been thinking that maybe this is how I punish myself, because of Amber. All the years I wasn't there for her. Because I hate myself so much. Do you think that's it?
I'll tell you what's it. You're a drunk. You're not looking for a reason. You're looking for an excuse. Where are you going?
To work. I'm working. And thanks for the understanding, Nick.
I'm coming with you.
No. Just get lost, would you? Just get lost. The thing I don't understand, do you think I could have a drink of water, please?
No, I don't see why not.
Oh, I'll get it, dear.
No, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Dehydrating or something, sorry.
Oh, it's no problem. It's just Walter's hip. It's so sore.
Mrs. Fielding, the thing I don't understand, how did this man who posed as the bank inspector, how did he know you'd have a significant amount of cash in your bank account? We had to pretend to know because he's supposed to be from the bank, but how would he really know? And, how could he know that you're the type of people that,
Foolish enough?
I was going to say responsible enough to feel you had a duty to help catch a thief.
Walter's always been a very firm believer in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
Yes, and I still am. Cost me $80,000. Here.
Oh, thanks.
Thirsty?
Yeah.
Are you too hot, dear? You seem to be...
No, I'm fine.
We keep this place too hot, Walter.
No, we don't. I heard what you said. When you get as old as us, you don't put your money in investments where you could lose it. You keep it where you can see it. He knew that, and he knew an old fool when he saw one.
Now, Walter, don't.
We have to sell our house.
Oh, that's terrible.
They target old people. They have no respect.
Phone scams. You've won $100,000 in some state lottery. They just need $1,000 in tax payments and fees to release the money. TV and radio evangelists, come-ons, contractor scams, new shingles slapped over rotting roofs. Even relatives circling around trying to get money, one way or another.
Oh, well, we avoided that one.
What one?
The contractors. We had our roof done, over a year ago now. Isn't that right, Walter? But the man was as nice as anything.
Well, that's... Oh.
You have to keep reminding yourself there are some decent people in the world, and doing what's right still counts for something. Otherwise, there's no reason to live, is there?
That's true, Walter.
Yes. This nice man, he was the man who worked on your roof?
Oh, no. He didn't do the work himself. He owned the company. But he came around 2 or 3 times just to make sure the job was done right. He was very concerned about these fly-by-night operators. He wanted us to know that everything was on the up and up. He sat here and visited with us. Didn't he, Walter?
Yeah, he did. He's a good man. The bill was good, too. We were very happy with the whole thing.
And this roofing job was done a year or so ago?
Yes, dear.
Can you remember his name or the name of the company?
Oh, Walter?
Oh, it was some kind of animal. There was this picture, you know, on his card. Fox. Red Fox Roofing. Why?
Why?
It's just a question. Have you had any work done to your house? A new roof? Anything?
You keep fading out, dear.
I'm on my car phone. Can you hear me now?
No one should talk on a telephone driving a car. Don't you realize how foolish you look?
Did you hear the question?
Of course, I'm not deaf. Yes, as a matter of fact, a new roof. The old one was falling down. This company dropped in one day last year, said they noticed the state of my roof. Bobby approved, so they fixed it.
Were you happy with their work?
Oh, yes. In fact, the owner came by several times, just to make sure everything was perfect. As I remember, he was very kind. We had some very nice talks.
Do you remember what this company was called?
Tip-top roofing, dear.
You want me to what?
Just call this number. That's all. This one here. See? Tell them you're flying to England tomorrow. You'll be working over there for at least a year, and your mother needs a new roof.
You look sick.
Bernie, just do it.
You look terrible. So, you want to find out their address?
That's what I said. Yes.
Then why don't you do it? I'm trying to run a business here.
Because if he doesn't cooperate, I'll get too aggressive or something.
First of all, sit down. And would you try to relax?
I am. I'm relaxed.
This is crazy.
You're doing good, Bernie.
Well, I've always liked old people. You look awful.
Because I'm overworked, that's why. Because I need this column. Because I've missed a couple of deadlines and I have to keep up 3 columns a week every week.
Hello?
Hi. Is this, Tip-Top Roofing?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I got your number from a friend of my mother's, actually. This is a bit last minute, but I was wondering if I could drop around tonight. See, I'm leaving first thing tomorrow. I'll be working out of the country for at least a year. My poor mother's roof is a wreck, and I don't want to leave without arranging for a new roof. Okay?
It's better if I drop around your mother's place. I can have a look.
But I only have tonight, and I do want to meet with you first. I've got measurements. I had our handyman measure the roof.
Handyman?
Handyman?
Yes, it's a large property. Too large for my mother now, but she won't budge.
Is that right? Sure.
come on over. We're at 1287 DuPont. You know, just before you get to Ossington. You got it?
Got it. Thank you so much.
Think nothing of it, Mr.
Snyderman.
Mr. Snyderman. My name is Lucas, and I'm sure we'll be able to fix your mother right up. Look forward to meeting you, sir.
1287 DuPont.
Hi, Bernie. It's just me.
Oh. Hi. Hi.
Your mother just dropped in. We're playing detective, which isn't as much fun as playing doctor, but when
Okay, Bernie.
So, do you want me to leave you two alone?
No.
I can...
Why would I want that?
I'm sorry about last night, sweetheart.
Don't worry about it. Just forget it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I broke my promise.
Peggy, look, I love you. And you have to listen to me. You've tried to stop drinking on your own 100 times. Now, I think what you need to do
Don't
is...
tell me what to do, Bernie. So, you're coming home tonight?
No. What I want to do is go back to Vancouver. But I'll lose my whole term, so I have to stay and write exams. So I'm moving in with a friend.
A friend?
Yeah. You met her. She was over for supper one night, and now her parents said it's okay. They have an extra room.
Beautiful.
Where are you going?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere. You know, Amber, I've just never been able to stomach guilt trips.
Guilt trips? This isn't a guilt trip.
Oh, yeah? Well, sweetheart, if it walks like a duck and it talks like
shut the hell up! I'm so stupid, you know? Bernie tried to tell me, but I wouldn't listen. I thought there was something that I could do, something that I could change to help you, but I don't have any power. Do I, Mom? All I can do is hurt. So I'm going to stay at my friend's because I don't want to hurt so much anymore.
Yeah.
Bernie?
She's tougher than God. It'll be all right.
This is fun.
Oh, yeah?
I've never been on a stakeout before.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
How about another cig?
Okay.
So, the one man sweet-talks us while his lads fix our roofs. He finds out all about us. Then a year or so later, the other one, supplied with all the information, arrives at our door as a bank inspector.
Well, that's my hunch, anyway.
Do you have a gun, dear? Dear?
What?
Nothing. Don't you think we've parked just too close to the building? They might recognize me.
No, it's all right.
Why don't we park on the other side?
I know what I'm doing. This is my job.
Of course it is. Are you all right?
Yes.
You're crying, dear.
No, it's just allergies.
Oh, look.
What?
That man who just came out the door. That's him. That's the owner of Tip Top Roofing.
And Red Fox Roofing, and who knows how many more. Well, good. At least we found him.
Oh, we found more than him, dear. See that other man walking behind? That's the man in whose mouth butter wouldn't melt. That's the bank inspector.
Okay. Turn your face away, quick.
He's looking directly at me.
Well, turn.
But he's seen me. They're running back into the building.
Oh, Jesus.
You parked too close. Where are we going?
You're going home. I'm going to the police. Fraud squad.
Yes, well, of course I wouldn't know. But I suspect by the time the police get there, they'll be gone, dear. Yes, I know.
Hello.
Hi.
Your first meeting?
Yeah.
First meeting's always the toughest. I was scared out of my skin. Well, I better get things started. Welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your seats, please. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down, you're rocking the boat. Okay, thanks, folks. Hi, my name is Archie, and I'm an alcoholic. Now, every meeting of Alcoholics Anonymous I've ever attended or chaired has always started with the moment of silence and the serenity prayer. So, if you would.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Help me.
You have been listening to The Old Bamboozle, Episode 12 of Peggy Delaney by James W. Nichol. Kyra Harper played Peggy. Katerina Scarsone was Amber. John Stalker was Bernie. J.W. Carroll was Nick. William Colgate was Charlie. Marie V. Cruz was the maid. Joyce Campion was Elizabeth. Peter Millard was Bobby. Gerard Parks was Walter. Judy Sinclair was Margaret. Dwight McPhee was Lucas, and Frank Rufo was Archie. The music was composed and conducted by Milan Kinlica. The recording engineer was Drago Grandich. Sound effects were by Matt Wilcott. The associate producer was Leanne McDonald. Our coordinating producer is Barry Morgan. The program was produced and directed in Toronto by Bill Howell, the executive producer of the Mystery Project.